In 1997, the Chinese government upgraded Chongqing, a city in southwest China, to a municipality directly under the control of the central government on par with the Sichuan provincial government. Because of the Three Gorges Project, this city of 31 million people is arguably the most tormented in China. It has the most extreme high temperatures, a severe drought, wildfires everywhere, factories shutting down due to massive power restrictions, and residents suffering from power shortages. As if that wasn't enough, an outbreak resurfaced in the city in late August. No one is allowed out. It's over, Wanda. It's over. Wanda, it's all locked down. Completely locked down. No one can escape. The Chinese government is very quick when it comes to cordoning off the city. On August 22nd, the government quietly pulled in the iron sheets and started to block the roads at night. The next day, August 23rd, the city of Chongqing started to lock down. Residents rushed to the supermarkets to buy groceries. In the Communist Party's fight against the epidemic, large-scale nucleic acid testing is inevitable. So between August 22nd and 24th, more than 17 million people in 9 districts of Chongqing's main urban area underwent nucleic acid testing during unprecedented heat waves, when even the nighttime temperatures exceeded 40 degrees Celsius. For the past 3 weeks, official figures have shown that temperatures have been above 40 degrees Celsius. Some local residents have told overseas Chinese media that the government is not worried about people getting heat stroke when they go outside for testing. How hot is Chongqing right now? The asphalt roads in Chongqing have become wavy. This woman got her shoes stuck in the road as she crossed the intersection. Take a look at this green belt. For the past 2 weeks, due to high temperatures, virtually no rainfall, and dried up rivers and reservoirs, the city of Chongqing, which relies heavily on hydroelectricity, has been experiencing long, massive power outages.
The sun is scorching outside. The temperature is too high. Everyone is so hot that no one can stay at home without electricity. What floor are you on? 23rd floor. 23rd floor? Oh, so many people.
It's now past 9 p.m. Still, there is no electricity. The entire street is dark. The hotel next to us has rented a generator and is installing it. I heard that at present, Sichuan has been struggling so much that it can't guarantee electricity for people's daily usage. It's rumored on the internet that Shanghai is still asking for electricity from Sichuan province. Isn't this snatching electricity from us people? We the people have to endure the high temperature. We can't sleep at night and really hope this high temperature will soon pass. Chongqing's subway system is also limiting electricity. Locals said it was like experiencing the atmosphere of filming a ghost movie when they went to ride the subway in darkness. As high temperatures continue, there are more and more wildfires in Chongqing and neighboring cities. Looking ahead, there are 4 wildfires in front of us. 3 more on the side, a few more on that side. It's too dry. Watch out for fires. This was August 23rd. In the mountains of Chongqing, smoke was rolling in many places as seen from the perspective of a helicopter. Some wildfires have reached the doorsteps of villagers' homes. However, none of this will deter the Chinese government's determination to pursue a zero-COVID policy. Large-scale nucleic acid testing is an important part of this policy, so amidst the smoke from the rolling wildfires, people were lining up to get tested. In the region where Sichuan is, an outbreak has resurfaced not only in Chongqing, but also in the city of Nanchong. North of Chongqing, it's experiencing a wave of new outbreaks. Chongqing is the largest municipality under the jurisdiction of the central government in China and the largest city in the upper reaches of the Yangtze River. It is strategically important military-wise, having served as the temporary capital of the Republic of China during the war against Japan. After the completion of the Three Gorges Project, the CCP had hoped to create a hub in southwest China to drive the development of the West, so Chongqing was put directly under the central government. Today, the city is the economic center of the upper reaches of the Yangtze River and an important hub of advanced manufacturing in China. Chongqing is also known for being the home of Bo Xilai, one of the Communist Party's princelings, who came to the city in 2008 and served as Chongqing's party secretary until his downfall in 2012. For a long time, Bo Xilai was regarded as the successor of the then party leader Jiang Zemin. Upon his arrival in Chongqing, Bo Xilai created the Chongqing model, using a campaign similar to that of the Cultural Revolution to vigorously advocate the Red Line and fight the so-called Black Forces. This Chongqing model was the most popular in China at the time. In order to secure his position as successor, Bo Xilai actively followed Jiang's bloody persecution of Falun Gong practitioners. The practice of Falun Gong is similar to Qigong, but it is a spiritual practice that adheres to the principles of truthfulness, compassion, forbearance. Overseas Falun Gong practitioners have sued Bo Xilai in many countries. When we look at Chongqing's history, its present and future, it is like looking at a microcosm of a certain era of Red China. At this time, the severe drought caused by high temperature and lack of rainfall led to a major power outage which, combined with the CCP's continuous zero-COVID policy, has slowed China's economy and hampered global supply chains. One expert told Fortune magazine that the ongoing heat wave is not just a regional problem, but could have a huge global impact. The overlap of high temperatures and COVID outbreaks could lead to more serious economic consequences. He said these shutdowns have the potential to be equally, if not more, impactful on supply chains than recent COVID lockdowns. He explained that because these plants all rely on the same hydroelectric system, the entire region is affected. Both Tesla and SAIC have already told the media that they are having difficulty maintaining production under the power crunch. According to Japanese media outlet Kyodo News, Toyota has also suspended production at its Sichuan plant. Apple's supplier, BOE Technology, which makes LED screens and other hardware components, has announced that its operations in Sichuan will need to be adjusted due to power restrictions in the region. It is foreseeable that Chongqing and Sichuan provinces will be hit hard economically by the high temperature, drought, and epidemic, and the people there will bear more hardship than ever. But none of this will change the Communist Party's stated political course and approach. In late August, several cities in at least 15 Chinese provinces remained locked down. The more prominent ones are Hainan Province, Tibet, Xinjiang, the provinces suffering high temperatures and droughts, such as Jiangxi, Zhejiang, Hubei, Hunan, and Henan, and metropolitan areas such as Xi'an, Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, all of which have medium to high risk zones. In this wave of the epidemic, Chinese officials have upgraded their control measures. For example, the city of Xiamen is conducting nucleic acid tests on all its people. Even the fish caught by fishermen are tested. A reporter from China's official media, People's Daily, called Xiamen Marine Development Bureau and inquired about it. The staff on duty replied, "The online information is true. In order to prevent the importation of outbreaks at sea, after research and evaluation, we are now implementing the process of inspecting human and things at the same time." The staff added that Xiamen wasn't the first city to perform nucleic acid tests on fish that were caught. Previously, Hainan and Shanghai imposed similar requirements. Indeed, Hainan province did do tests on fish. On August 13th, Hainan Daily ran an article titled Danzhou, No Kidding in Giving Nucleic Acid Tests for Fish, which described the testing in more detail. This is somewhat confusing to the Chinese because there is no evidence so far that fish can be infected with the new coronavirus. It's a virus that attacks the lungs. Fish don't have lungs. Even if they are infected, the mechanisms and symptoms are certainly different from those that infect people. Some netizens said, "There will always be fish which fall out of the net. How can we determine the close contact between fish? Since fish have to do nucleic acid tests, should crabs, shrimps, and scallops also be tested one by one?" It's not only animals that need to do nucleic acid testing. Things like big trucks also need to be tested. For people, the government's requirements are even more stringent. In Yiwu City, Zhejiang Province, the world's capital of small commodities, nucleic acid testing has become the norm for citizens. If anyone is unwilling to take the test, they should be prepared to be arrested and taken away by the police. Nucleic acid testing can be risky. Who will be responsible if something happens? What nonsense! The government requires residents to take the nucleic acid test every day. You may die if you don't take the test. Am I afraid to die? If you are not afraid of dying, it's all the more reason for you to take the nucleic acid test. I'm healthy. I don't have a disease. If you don't take the nucleic acid test, the police can take you away directly. This is a drill in which 6 heavily armed SWAT officers arrest a citizen for not taking a nucleic acid test. The result of the exercise was that the police officers succeeded. This is the reality. In Hainan Province, the SWAT team has already resorted to guns to deal with unarmed civilians who refuse the nucleic acid tests. Against this broader context, it might not be so shocking if you were to see the following scene. In August, a truck overturned somewhere in China and handcuffs were all over the ground. What city in China needs so many handcuffs? Probably every city in China that's having an outbreak. By the way, why does the CCP take nucleic acid testing so seriously, and even deploy a huge police force to secure such tests? As we've analyzed in detail in previous episodes, and according to a member of the CCP's top think tank, nucleic acid testing is one of the key ways for the CCP's powerful elite, the Jiang faction, to get rich in the current epidemic. On August 17th, in Zhuhai, nucleic acid testing has already been offered at 5 renminbi per person, or about 70 cents in US dollars. A test report only has a validity period of 24 hours.
Please don't go over the fence. If you see someone who goes over the fence or cuts in line, we'll all scold him and curse him not being able to make any money.
When will there be an end to the disaster in Chongqing and other cities in China? What will the future hold? It's hard to predict. Like the dance performed by the Dabai, or anti-epidemic personnel in white suits, it's eerie beyond words.